Welcome to Chair Yoga. My name is Bonnie, and today we're going to have a practice in our chair. Some of it standing for a brief moment or so, just to stretch out the body. Today, I'd like to talk about how you're supporting yourself with your yoga practice. You're doing a great deal of good for your body by getting some gentle, safe movement. But you can also add to your practice some props that help you be safe and help you move smoothly with confidence. The first prop is our chair in chair yoga. And the second prop is perhaps maybe a blanket under your feet. Sometimes we can put the blanket under our seat to help us keeping the spine nice and long. So choose a prop today, our chair and our blanket. And if you don't have a blanket, you could use a flat pillow, perhaps maybe the pillow that's on the seat of your couch would be a good one because it's nice and firm. You don't want something really squishy or anything slippery as you practice today with me in chair yoga. So we'll come to our chair and sit tall. Notice I have the blanket behind me, just a little bit here to help me tilt the pelvic and lift the heart. And I'm going to look straight ahead here and rest my hands for a moment, making sure my feet are on the floor. Now, if your feet don't reach the floor, there's another spot for a blanket, or if you have yoga blocks are nice too. And we'll roll those shoulders down our back and lift through the sternum. Draw the belly in slightly. Close your eyes for a moment. Just notice how this posture feels. Shoulders over your hips, ribs lifting away from the hips a little bit. And then roll the shoulders down your back to kind of rest behind the heart. And then we come to our breath, and we want to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose without forcing, without holding or pausing. Just let that flow of breath weave from inhale to exhale. And once you've found that even rhythm with your breath, float your eyes open, take your hands up overhead, and let's just reach up, wiggle your fingers as you lower the arms back to your side. Again, let's lift here, straight up, and wiggle the fingers and bring the arms down. Now place your hands on your hips and let's lift one foot and circle. Moving through the ankle here and circle in the other direction. Now, if you don't have shoes on, you can also wiggle your toes here and then place that foot back down. Sometimes I practice in my sneakers and sometimes not. Go in the other direction. And again, if you don't have shoes on, wiggle your toes and place that foot down. Lift the right leg, take it out to the side, bring it back in. Let's do that again. Keep the ribs lifting, keep a good posture here. One more time, let's leave it out to the side. Take a nice side stretch. So leaning into that right leg, leaning the body sideways, maybe taking this left arm up, maybe taking the right arm down and stretching once again in opposite directions. Keep the head neutral and breathe here. I think the breath is probably the most important thing we do. If we pay attention and breathe into the diaphragm, bring the hands together in front of your heart, step that foot back in. Let's lift the other one out and in. Sitting tall each time. When you bring the foot back in, lift the ribs each time. Let's leave that leg out there. on the side of the chair and lean into it, getting a stretch now in that right side. And perhaps you take that arm up to the sky and stretch it out. Maybe the other arm goes down, and we stretch the arms in opposite directions. Exhale and release that slowly, and step the other foot back to the front. Lift the heels, lift the toes. Now we'll place our fingers on our shoulder and just circle the elbows around. And then circle them in the other direction. And then we'll bring one elbow forward, take it back. Take the other elbow forward, take it back. Still making every effort to sit tall. Now let's change this. Let's bring both elbows forward and back. Forward. Now this time when you take them back, give it a little squeeze. Take them back a little further. Look up. And then look center and bring the elbows center. And then take them back a little bit more. Look up. And then back to center. Take them out to the side and just make little circles. And circle them in the other direction. And then releasing those hands down. Shrug up. Sigh it out. So we'll bring the feet center here and lift one foot and straighten the leg as much as possible. And bring it back in and down. Let's do that 3 more times. And when you push the foot out, push through the heel part of the foot. And the toes are up towards the ceiling. One more. And if you're just low on the other side, taking the foot out and then back in, that's okay. You're doing the same work. I'm just lifting a little higher. Go where you can, safely, comfortably, but still doing a little work, right? We want that movement in our joints. One more. And then we'll bring it down. We'll turn the heels out, turn the toes out, turn the heels out, and get a nice stretch. All you gotta do is sit here, lifting those ribs, breathing into that diaphragm. Push the knees back, supported by the corners of our chair here today. And then we release that, heel toe them back into center, and let's do a few cat-cows. Moving through our spine slowly. With the breath, we inhale into our cow. We exhale into cat. One more. And then bring the body up nice and tall. Turn your head from one side, center to the other side, center. And then take your nose into a little circle. See how that feels. And circle in the other direction. So I'm ready to stand. How about you? Join me using the chair for support today. Let's stand. So I'm going to bring my chair off to the side. Now you can stand facing the chair, or you can stand one hip to the side of the chair. You choose. And we're going to take the outside leg out and up. Just a little lift here. Not too much yet. And now lift the knee forward and down. Now we're going to lift the knee forward, turn it out, bring it back and down. Using the chair for our balance support here today. And bring it down. Tap that foot back, bring it center. Tap it back, bring it center. Tap it back, bring it center. And now lift the knee forward, tap it back. Adding on here a little more movement in our hips. We can get this movement better when we're standing, so we support ourselves with the chair. One more. And then bring it center. Come to Tadasana. Notice how one leg and hip might feel a little more energized than the other. Breathe in and breathe out evenly. Now you're going to switch to the other side of the chair. I'm just going to turn sideways here and start on the other leg, lifting it out and bringing it down. Still using the support of the chair. And now we'll lift it out, bring it in and lift it up, right? Straight forward and down. Out, in, up, and down. Keeping the upper body pretty steady here, not leaning into what we're doing. Pause. Now we'll lift the knee forward, turn it out, bring it back and down. One more like that. And tap it back and in. Just feel that in your lower back perhaps, glutes, hamstrings, it's all good. And now we'll change that and we'll bring it up in the front, straight up, right into the front. And now let's tap it back, bring it in, lift the knee. Back, in, lift. Back, in. One more like that. At your own pace, and then come to stand in Tadasana. Let's take the arms up overhead as if we're reaching for something on a big shelf and bring the hands in front of the heart. Again, back to your side, let's reach up and then bring the hands into the heart. Now, whenever we reach for something, we want to look in that direction. That's how we're going to support ourselves with our own bodies. Our eyes are so helpful. So you look up and then you look down where you're putting the object, right? So you're reaching up, you're looking in that direction, and you bring the hands in front of the heart and release it down. Now separate your feet a little bit. Soft knees here, so you're not pushing the legs back, you're just standing into them. And you're going to push to the pinky side of your foot. And it looks like I'm not doing anything, but I feel the work of the legs here pushing out, and then release it. Let's do it again. Pushing into the pinky side of your foot. The foot stays flat. We're just putting a little pressure into the side of the foot and then release it. And now we're going to take one hand up overhead, slide the other hand down. And again, you could have the support of your chair here as you open up on that side of the body and then bring it back to center and down. Other side, open up in those ribs a little bit more than what we could do in the chair here. Supporting our bodies with a little standing movement and bring that down. Step the feet back and in. Facing the chair, fingertips only, we'll lift the heels. Working again through the ankles and into the calf muscles in the back of the leg. And then we'll add on, we'll lift one arm and the other, and then both. Go slow, find your balance. One more. Here we are. And down. Stepping one foot back. I'm going to take this foot back first, bend into the front knee, and then lift your shoulders right back up over the hips. So we don't want to be forward. We want to be the upper body to be nice and perpendicular to the floor. And then again, one hand can come up. We can hover the other hand or take the other hand up into our warrior one. Back foot the heel can turn in a little bit for extra support. Think about weight in both feet here. And then we'll bring the hands to the chair using our support. Straighten the front leg. Now lean from the hip here. Keep the upper body nice and neutral. Bend into that front knee. Come back up and rise up. We'll do that 2 more times. So from warrior one to our pyramid pose. When you come into pyramid, you want that head and neck and spine to be in alignment. Bend the knee, come back up, lift the arms. Going in these steps, bring the hands down, straighten the leg, and fold forward. Creates a safer situation for us. Let's stay here, hands parallel to the floor. The back leg, that hand is going to brush my ribs, and I'm going to look over that shoulder and come back. Now I'm keeping this front knee pretty steady, pushing that front foot into the floor for support. Moving just this one side of the body, and then fingers to the chair, step it forward, mountain pose. Inhale the hands up. Let's lean over from one side. Exhale here. Inhale straight up. Lengthen the spine. Tuck the chin slightly. And then exhale over. Stretching the other side. Inhale center. Place the fingers back on the chair. Now we're going to step the other foot back. And again, it could turn out a little bit. And you want the whole foot on the floor for our support today, right? And then this front knee bends and we lift one arm or both arms, pushing into the feet, anchoring to earth. Take a nice breath, and then we'll bring the hands back down, straighten the front leg, keeping the upper body in alignment. We just lean from the hip here into our pyramid pose. Bend the front knee, rise up, breathe in, exhale, straighten the leg, lean a little forward. Bend the knee, inhale back up. Let's do 2 more. Make sure the back foot is pushing into the earth to give you that support. One more time here, make it your best. Inhale, exhale, and fold. And inhale up, step the back foot in. Oops, I forgot something. Let's step it back. We want to have the arms parallel to the floor, and then whatever leg is back, that arm's going to brush our ribs. We're going to look over our shoulder and forward. Two more times. Last one right here. Now we step forward into our mountain. Place your hands on your chair. Let's step it back. And then lower down, bending our knees here. We're in our down dog position. We lift one heel and then the other. Now moving through the hips, rocking into one hip, rocking into the other. Find as much movement as is comfortable and safe for you. And then now we'll keep the legs steady and we'll move the arms, thread the needle, cross it over, lift it to the sky. So here, the bottom part of our body stays steady and the upper part of the body, supported by the chair, moves. And then bring that hand to the chair. Let's do it on the other side. Keep the lower body steady. Move in the ribs. Couple more. Inhaling, exhaling, connecting our breath to our movement. And then we'll bring our hands to the chair and walk it in. Mountain pose. Pause here for a moment. Feel the energy. Breathe in and breathe out through the nose. And now we'll take those feet apart again. And remember that push into the pinky side of your feet. We'll extend the arms, and I've got to make sure I got enough room here to do this, yes? And then we'll make little circles with the arms. And we're supporting this lift of the arms with our back. So squeeze the shoulders back just a little. Keep the shoulders over the hips. Let's circle in the other direction. So even though we're working with the arms and shoulders, we want the rest of the body to support us. And then release those arms down. We'll bring them forward, down, up, and out. Down, forward, down, up and out. Hold them out here, squeeze those shoulders again, and now make bigger circles with your arms. And in the other direction. Are you still pushing those pinky toes into the mat a little more? And then exhale and bring the hands down. Carefully step the feet back into a parallel position for our mountain pose. Take the arms up. This time, interlace your fingers and turn the palms to the sky. Notice how that changes the work in the shoulders here. And then from here, we'll reach up a little bit more, soften your knees, and then just lean over, push out to the side you're leaning towards, deepening the stretch in the opposite side of the body. And then release all that back to center, push up, equalize that energy in the ribs, release, lean to the other side, and push out here. And notice how one side of the body is stretching just a little deeper. And then come back and release the arms down. So another thing that supports us is our feet. Did you notice that? So we really anchor those down into the earth. I'm coming back into the chair now for the close of our practice today. I'm going to put that blanket right under my feet, sitting a little bit forward in the chair. We'll take the arms up and we're going to twist to one side and bring the arms down. You can hold on to the chair. I like to press into the leg and push the leg back so that there's a little tension between the bottom arm here and the leg. And then turn your eyes and look over your shoulder to the thumb of the extended arm. Lift the ribs, turn a little deeper on the exhale. And on your next inhale, just slowly unwind. And take a breath here before we go to the other side. Sit tall. And then we take the other arm back now, pressing the other arm into the leg and the leg into the arm, if that's the position you choose, or just holding on to your chair. Take a breath. Exhale, turn a little deeper. Look at that back thumb. Take a couple breaths here, and then on an exhale, unwind, coming forward once again. And then we'll take the feet a little wider, and we'll bring one arm here and just circle. And circle it in the other direction. And then we'll switch arms here. So we'll circle this arm and circle it in the other direction. And then come on up and bring the feet once again parallel to each other. Sitting tall, we lean forward, round the shoulders forward, and roll up. One more. Exhaling, inhaling as we roll up. Expand the body, shoulders down your back. So the breath actually blows up the body like a balloon, fills it with that prana energy. And that's what we want. So now we're going to keep the feet wide and we're just going to lift one, touch that ankle. So we're turning the knee out slightly and place it down. Stay on that side. See how that feels. Let's try it on the other side. So again, the knee goes out to the side a little bit and we touch the ankle. We bring the ankle to us. We're not bending over. We want that lift in the leg and then down. Now bring both feet together in the center, knees out for butterfly pose in the chair. Sit tall. And then exhale and release butterfly. Take the hips around the chair, so we're shifting weight from one sit bone to the other, leaning back and leaning forward, supporting ourselves on the thighs. Let's go in the other direction. Also support yourself with your internal muscles, especially the ab muscles here, and of course your back muscles, so your shoulders are back and down behind the heart. And then come all the way up. Sit back a little bit more. Close your eyes once again. Where do you notice your work today? Elbows close to the side, hands heavy on the thighs. And we'll breathe on our next breath all the way down to our feet. Imagine that breath going deeper than the lungs, all the way down to the feet. And as you exhale, soften. Exhaling, notice how the feet get just a little heavier. And having the blanket under my feet helps me have that sensation. Let's do it again. Inhale, imagine it going all the way to the feet. And then exhale and notice the feet pressing a little bit more into the blanket. And it's quite subtle, so you have to do it a couple of times before you really get connected to that sensation, that release of the body. Let's do it with the hips. Let's breathe into the hips. Let that breath go into the lungs, but let that energy wrap around your hips. Now, as you exhale slowly through the nose, notice the hips. Are they getting a little heavier in the chair? Let's do it again. Again, it's subtle, but if you tune in, exhale, I think you'll feel it. We'll do it one more time. Into the hips, exhale, and feel the heaviness of the hips. And then just flutter your eyes open, bring your hands in front of your heart, and bow to your body for its wonderful practice today. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for supporting yourself in your practice of yoga. Namaste.